Welcome to day 5 of Overflow. I have been incredibly excited to dive into today's theme, the Repurposed Cup. To the average person, cups seemingly have only a handful of functions. Holding liquid, maybe holding some pens or pencils on a desk, and I honestly can't really think of anything else. The most exciting thing I ever did with cups while growing up was use them for a liquid for which they were not directly intended. Water in a coffee mug, anything in a mason jar, and I remember most distinctly as a child pouring orange juice into my mom's wine glasses to feel fancy. Even though the cups were holding liquid, they were being used outside of their intended purpose. Our society is really good at assigning and assuming a sense of purpose or direction for both people and objects, and then expecting them to serve only one function. We're often skeptical of people or things that present themselves outside of a typical box. I love the story of Mary and Martha because I believe it challenges the notion that anyone, but a woman in particular, could sense a change in their life's purpose. Mary finds herself drawn to Jesus' teaching, but her sister Martha is upset that she has left her to take care of the house alone. Martha knew what the societal expectations were for the women in the house, and it was not sitting at the feet of Jesus like his disciples. Yet Jesus surprises Martha by telling her that Mary has made the right choice. Mary felt herself drawn to a new call for her life. And while we don't hear more from the two sisters in Luke, I always wonder how this interaction may have changed Martha's perspective on life and her sense of calling. At Pyoca, we firmly believe that God calls each one of us. Not everyone is called to ordained ministry, but each one of us is called to serve in some capacity. And we don't just have one calling, we have many. I believe the most interesting and challenging part of our spiritual lives is recognizing when our calling is in transition. For many of us, like Martha, it's easy to fall into the assumption that our cups have one use for the rest of our lives. And maybe some of our callings do stay the same. Yet we are called to pay attention to God as we are being transformed throughout our entire lives. It's not strange at all to recognize that our callings may shift and our cups may need repurposed. You know, one of the best things about camp is hearing the stories of campers, alumni, and guests share how they found their calling here. There's something about this space that allows people to be still, breathe, open their cups, and listen to God's call. As a personal invitation, I hope you know that if you are in the middle of a life transition, if you feel your call shifting and you need space to sort through everything, we're here for you. Our work of walking alongside people in faith does not stop when our campers graduate from high school or when our summer staff graduate from college. You are a part of our community for the long haul, and we're here to walk with you on your life's journey. While our cups may briefly get put on a shelf as we grow and take on greater responsibilities in life, they're not meant to stay there. They're meant to be used. Yet the use your cup provided 5, 10, or maybe even 20 years ago may not be helpful or fruitful for you now. Plus, let's be real, many of us aren't even using the same cups we were using back in March. We have had to shift, repurpose, and reevaluate our calling throughout most of 2020. So as we continue to move through the end of this year and into the next, and are still facing a world that is uncertain due to a pandemic, what do you feel in your life that is shifting? What were you carrying in your cup before that you're now ready to let go of? What new things can it hold? Can your cup hold something out of the ordinary, or maybe do you need a brand new cup? Transitions, repurposing, change, it's all a bit difficult. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary to grow in faith as an individual and as a community. Ask yourself today, what new calling is your cup showing you?